Started.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of True Story. Bro, I'm live and in traffic. You know who the fuck I am. The regular boys here as well. All good. We got a great show for you. So we just gonna bring it. Just like it says, I just gotta make sure I make this turn, catch up to this light, so I can make it in time so I can go to the Bluetooth. There we go.
My man. That's it.
That was
All right,
There it goes.
That's it.
There we go. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
So we're here, another episode, True Story, bro. So
That's right.
we got some topics to talk about. We'll probably let's start off with the most recent news and the bullshit that's been going on around the whole United States right now. I'm gonna swing it to man has no nickname, and he can start off talking about that. Go ahead,
Oh,
man.
you want me to start off?
Yes, it's your topic, bitch.
I mean, it's not my topic. It's something I feel we as people who are out here entertaining people, that we have to at least bring it to everyone's attention. We've spoken about the Black Lives Matter. We've also touched upon the riots at the Capitol Hill, and it's only right to speak on this Asian hate. We need to stop it. Just what happened. What I think it was today or yesterday or something like that, where some guy in Atlanta just shot up a spa, killed like 8 Asian people. Like, that's literally an act of terrorism at this point. Like, it's been happening. It's getting out of hand.
It's been happening for a while, and this is tough. Like, you know who to blame, though.
I mean, we are, for the most part, we all know who to blame, but it's literally happening everywhere now. It's not just.
Well, if people don't know who we're talking about, we're talking about Trump. His stupid ass rhetoric that he spat out during his rallies and blamed the Chinese people for the coronavirus. So, yeah, we're talking about that motherfucker, because that motherfucker is the catalyst for this bullshit.
It's insane. These people shouldn't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? It literally started with like random knockouts in the middle of the street, and I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on, but now it's just getting out of hand. And
do you know that an Asian family, right? A father and his daughter got cut from here. They both got cut.
Oh shit!
Is a father and his daughter got cut in the face. I saw that shit on the news. I said, and this happened in New York. I believe it was New York. A lot of attacks are happening in New York, and a lot of attacks are happening in San Francisco. And I think, yeah,
it's everywhere. South Florida, and then again, Atlanta with the most recent, with the shootings. 8 people in a massage parlor. That shit is insane. We shouldn't have to deal with something like that. You know what I'm saying?
No different from a white person walking into a black church and letting out a whole fucking.
Exactly.
The thing that makes me mad about all of this is, I mean, regardless of where the fucking flu originated from, these motherfuckers are doing some Salem witch trial shit. It's like, we know better than to do shit the way that it's been done. It's not like he's a witch, burn him, or she's a witch, burn her. It's like, bro, it happened where it happened. Don't try and like do stupid stuff and then try to attack people for unjustly for what? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I saw what was it? Like, I heard it being mentioned on different podcasts from with mostly with Asian cast. Like, Tiger Belly's one of my big podcasts that I listen to, and they were talking about it. And then I heard Olivia Munn basically put on her social media to find this person, because legit her friend's mother got like pushed, like almost thrown into like the newspaper displays that they have in New York, where you go into and she had to get stitches in her head. And because like of the community and certain people in the community, they're like, the older heads are like, yo, don't. Her first things out her mouth when her son saw it was like, I don't want you to make a big deal about this. And it's like, nah, son.
Nah.
If somebody's hitting my mother, it's over.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right. Don't make a big deal out of this shit.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, freaking she was able to use her platform in order to find this guy in a decent amount of time. NYPD were able to assist with that. But it's like, that's not always going to be the case. Not everybody's parent, everybody's child is a freaking superstar where they can just utilize resources like that. But at the same time, it's like the community. Granted, it's not a community I belong to, but it's still people. And at the end of the day, if us as people don't come together to take care of people in our community, then that's messed up. Like, my fucking one of my best friends is fucking Asian. My goddaughter is half Asian. Yo, I've known his family 20 plus years. If anything happened to any of them because of nonsense, yeah, I remember, legit true story. I remember my boy told me that his neighbor came through and started yelling at his father, who has a heart condition, and starts getting on him like he's basically in a rap freestyle battle, yelling at him and getting him all upset because his contractor, who he hired, basically is trying to put up a fence. But there's a tree in my boy's dad's yard that's rooting in that area. I'm like, why are you yelling at my friend's father when you're yelling at your contractor? You told him to put up the fence. Why did he, before putting up the fence, tell you, oh yeah, there's a tree rooting here? So when the tree is growing, it's lifting up the thing. Why and then do you feel that you have the urge to go yell at my friend's father? Are you insane? And when he told me that happened, yo, because I love all my people, their family, everybody. I'm like part of their family. Like he's like my karaoke dad. Anything that has to do with karaoke, that's my Mr. B is the homie. Like I go there, he's like, Cedric, you want to sing karaoke? And I said, don't mind if I do, Mr. B. That's the homie. So when he told me that shit happened, I'm like, where this nigga at? That was my fucking immediate mindset was where that nigga at. He's right next door. I said, word, let's go speak to him. I don't give a fuck. But it's like that same mentality. If I see something like that in the street, it's a wrap. People are like, I don't want to get involved. Fuck that. That's an elder person. And we know to respect our elders, to have respect for our elders. If I see a dude raising his hand to an Asian lady, I don't care if I don't know her. That lady could be my auntie. I'm fucking that guy up. Not preaching violence, but I'm letting y'all niggas know y'all are on fucking watch. Just saying.
Yeah, usually that's what they call them, aunties. If they do, auntie.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's just how it has to be from going forward. You know what I'm saying? You see it, don't even report it, and then just try to help the person. Nah, fuck that person up, yo.
I mean, I have not been out to the point where I see that. God forbid. God forbid if I saw that happening in front of my face, they'd have to arrest me. They just have to arrest me because I am going to be fucking somebody up badly. Like there's no remorse for me. I'm just there's none, and just none. You know, some of these people act like the Asian community did not have nothing to do building America, but it did. It definitely did, especially when it came to the railroad tracks and everything else. Like, so let's not act like they're not part of America. And I think that's the biggest problem we have in this country, where we always have people who pretend, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. We have white people that actually pretend to act like this country is dominantly theirs and that anybody else that's other doesn't belong. But necessarily, it's like, that's not true. And it's like, it's what these people are taught. And it's like, these people are ruining the country. So everything else is ruining the country except your own fucking race. That is some fucking bullshit. And I've always hated the hypocrisy of bullshit like that. And, it's the reason why I get into so many disputes and arguments on Facebook. to the point where people unfriend me. I don't unfriend people. People unfriend
me. I know what you're talking about too.
People unfriend me. I don't unfriend them. I was like, hey, you want to go? Be my guest.
Some people can't accept the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth is too heavy for some people. So they if you want to feel negative, that's it. You just gotta do what you do. You don't want to talk to me no more. You want to unfriend me? Be my guest.
But it's so fucked up though, because everybody has a place in this country, and people have been here. Some of these Asian people have been here, but way before we were even born. If they're older people, they've been here before we were born. Like, I don't understand this whole attack on. Never mind. I don't understand it because it just seems so random. Like, you know what I mean? And it was happening. What made it bad is like it was happening when this fool said what he said last year. It was happening last year.
Yeah. And that was just getting worse.
It's getting worse. Every time he opens his mouth, I'll say it, I'm being blunt about this. Every time Trump opens his mouth and said something that's racially charged, white people have a tendency to just feel like their dick got bigger. Who follows him? Not all white people. The white people that follow him or whoever follows him seem like their dick gets bigger, and they're like, "I'm invincible. I can do whatever I want. I could go storm the Capitol. I can go cut some Asian people. I can go shoot up an Asian place. I can go shoot up a black church. I can beat up police officers with the American flag, but still say Blue Lives Matter."
Privilege wins again.
Hypocrisy. Fucking bullshit. It's. I don't understand this. I don't know what to call it. Like I don't understand this.
Sheer ignorance. That's what it's called.
It is, and it is ignorance. But I don't understand this thing where you're so charged up that you want to literally go out and do some racist ass shit. I don't understand that. I mean, granted, we've never been that way, but I don't know what is ticking in their minds when that shit happens. Like I said, it's just like this invincible shield that they think they have, that nothing's bad's going to happen to them because they are, because they're so with Trump and they're so with Republican and all this other shit. Like, I don't understand this.
But it is getting to the point where not all of these people are Trump supporters too. They're just
they're not
just for the phobia of everything that's been going on.
No, they're not Trump supporters, but Trump laid the seed.
Of course. He planted the seed which put people in fear. Then you got
he did the same thing with
spy shit that people watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did the same thing with Mexicans, Latinos, blacks. I mean, any rally that you've been at, and he was like anybody that you listen to, and this motherfucker was spewing some dumb shit. This motherfucker will go on a rant, go on about every single race, and. He would talk about the left. The left are the white people. So you got blacks, Asians, Mexicans, Latinos. He lumped every Latino in the same boat, unfortunately. He lumped everybody. He lumped all Asians. He lumped all Latinos in the same boat. But when it came to people on the left, they're all white. I love how he did that shit. These leftists. Word? Those are leftists, but what is everybody else? They all everything else. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Just the world we live in.
Oh yeah,
and this goes to my. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and I said, this is the problem I have with a lot of our government, because I don't think we need to have the old guard inside our government. I'm sorry, when you hit 75, you need to go. I'm being dead serious. If you hit 75, 70, you don't need to be going for president. Y'all don't need to be going for any type of president. We need young people in government. The problem is we don't have enough young people inside government. We have a lot of older people inside government that are gatekeepers. And the younger people want to move things along, whether on both sides. It don't matter. They want to move things along. But the problem is we have too many old guards in there and gatekeepers that don't want to be progressive and move shit along. It's so crazy. Soccer, Black Caesar, what you think, brother? You're a ruler. Tell us what you think.
No, it's like, yeah, I can make decisions too. Yeah, man. Obviously, this is a very, hateful, motivated crime, and from what I've been, hearing, this is about the sexualization drawn to by Asian women. They basically just feel as though, like, yeah, that's the catalyst for. Apparently they believe that that's the rooted reason for, the racism. He's like, honestly, I'm thinking this dude, was it Robert Long? This is a very sexually frustrated young dude, honestly. I mean, it just sounds like the most ridiculous excuse in the world, but we've heard crazier excuses for, people, committing all sorts of atrocities and hate crimes. I mean, fuck. From like people being accused of like witchcraft, the Native Americans being accused of witchcraft and bringing sorts of like plagues and disease, which is the absolute opposite. It's like, motherfucker, I'm the one. I was like, I'm the one with all the syphilis and shit. What the hell? This is a kind of the case of the your faults here. But people fear what they don't understand. They hate what they can't control. It's endless centuries old cycle.
You think it's gonna break anytime soon?
Yep, man. We got a bad chance of praying for rain. Honestly, I mean, it's a lovely thought. It's a cute little Disney fairy tale, but I don't see a drop in that.
Sure. Thank you for breaking my hope.
You still had some? You believe in Santa?
I mean, the thing is, like, I have to have some small hope, but the way things are going sometimes,
Well, I mean, hope can be a dangerous thing at times. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad to exactly like be optimistic. No, that's great. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm all about that shit.
Yeah.
But really, when you break down to it, you can't. Sometimes you just can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid. Many have tried. Stupid. And that's what it is, though. But it's just obviously it's wrong. It's very discriminatory. It's fucked up.
It's point blank. No race should have to deal with something like that. To now have all these Asians living in fear now of something may potentially happen to them as they're turning the corner while they're walking home with groceries or whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Old people that are like 60, 70 years old getting knocked out in the middle of the street, dying because, they've just been brutally attacked for no reason.
They cut a man's daughter on her face. I can't get over that. It makes me want to cry. They cut this man's face and his daughter, who is not even like, she's like 5.
Jesus,
that's insane. I didn't even hear about that.
Do something like that. How do you do something like that? I don't understand. There's nothing in this world that 5-year-old did for you to cut. There's nothing in the what the father did to cut.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's inexcusable. No, you're right.
As I talk about it, I'm getting pissed because it's like,
sure,
I want to be fucking Batman now. Just go fucking.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I have to take it that way, but I really want to be on some Batman shit with hockey pads. Yeah, fuck something.
Just go looking for somebody and beat
word.
Say hockey pad.
I do know that's how I feel. That's how I really feel. Like get dress up in some fucking hockey pads and fuck some people up. That's how I really feel. Like it's because I'm sorry, but there's no excuse to slice a 5-year-old's face.
Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all.
A 5-year-old.
But you have to understand that evil doesn't care about age.
No.
I know that. It's just
and that's the sad thing about it. They went from doing fucked up shit to doing evil shit.
Please.
And it's like they need to stop. And these people need to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Because this shit is ridiculous.
What happened to the guardian angels? I mean, I know it's COVID. Whatever happened to them? I know they're supposed to, I know they really. I know in New York they're supposed to be out there. They're around New York and everything like that. But what happened to them? I know because of COVID. Did they die? I don't know if they died from COVID or something like that. But where are they? Because they need to be out there now. They need to be out there and really patrolling, because this is too much. When it gets to a level where motherfuckers are getting sliced in the face and you slice a 5-year-old, I'm sorry if I'm harping on that. I can't get over it.
No, yeah.
Oh no.
I get it.
No.
And that's something that we need to speak about every day. We need to get down on these people that are, acting senseless enough to just attack random people and children, nonetheless. That's disgusting.
You know what? I thought of a joke. Of a joke, but I was gonna say it. I was like, nah. But I'll say it anyway.
I fucking love you.
And here we go.
I was gonna say, Asian people, this is your time to really be about your heritage and have some fucking ninja swords and ninja weapons on your ass.
You stupid.
Fuck these people.
You stupid.
You know what?
Katanas, have a little shoto, have a nunchucks, have ninja stars, have some weapons on your ass. Whatever
you know what? I would be down to actually seeing that fucking report on the news. Somebody tries to attack a Asian auntie, and she just hit him with some throwing stars. She was like, "I was just at a convention, and I got these." And they said I might need them, and then this fool started acting stupid. And I say, you know what? They were right, but these guys are taking my shit for evidence, and I kindly want it back.
I'm just saying. I know it's a bad joke, but I'm just like,
no, because it's crazy, and it's like you wouldn't do this shit if the person's like nephew or son or anything would be standing right there. You ain't gonna push no old lady. You like get the fuck out of here.
And they're sneak attacks though. They're sneak attacks.
Sneak attacks.
They're sneak attacks. They're not face to face. They're sneak attacks.
Of course they're sneak attacks, because cowards ain't gonna post a hate crime on their Instagram. What do you think? They're fucking dumb?
Technically, they'll post it on Facebook. Technically, they post it on Facebook.
They're like, hashtag hate monger. Like, nah, they're not gonna fucking do that. They're cowards. Everybody knows that.
Real.
I really, I really can't stand this climate that we're in this country, and this
nobody can.
The way, I mean the way we're going, and and it was this thing where it was like, oh, it's gonna be a civil war. It's gonna be a civil war, and I'm like,
fuck that.
I'm like,
where Cap at?
Yeah, right.
Where are you? The funny thing is, like, I'm thinking myself like Civil War. I'm like, well, if it's Civil War,
there will be no Steve Rogers. There will be Buck Rogers from my gun. Automatic bullets. Pop, pop, pop.
Buckshot. I don't know if we're gonna like Civil War. I don't know if that's something that we're on the cusp of, or we're getting close to. But I know for one thing. Well, I don't know, but
Maybe not civil, but maybe an all-out race war.
What we need to do is just have people stop being fucking racist.
That's it.
Please.
Well, here's the thing.
Please.
Here's how people need to stop being racist. And white people, I'm gonna be on you right now because you first started that shit. First of all, accept the fact that a lot of history in this country, in America, was built on racism and slavery. Accept that. That Confederate flag, accept the fact that it was there because of slavery. That's the only reason why the Civil War even fucking happened. Accept it. When that's accepted, we can move forward. The problem is we have too many people that live in the South that don't accept shit. South, Midwest, however you want to put it, don't accept it.
They're in
realize that this country was stolen from Native Americans. It's still not yours. It's stolen. Just saying. Realize that you didn't build this country by your fucking self. Realize Asians built this shit too. Mexicans built this shit too. Black people definitely built this shit.
But it's
too.
not just white people with the racism. Is everybody.
Oh, no.
Because there's also black people attacking these Asians. It's not just white people.
Oh yeah.
It's everybody. So it's racism all around. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Don't worry. I was getting to
just have
black
to
people
learn.
first. I was going to get to black people. I ain't done yet.
People just have to learn to stop being fucking ignorant. That's what it is.
Listen, black people. Listen, I'm getting on us too because I know for a fact some of us are mad ignorant and can't get out their own fucking way, which is one of the things I can't stand about some of us black people. We can't get out of our own way, and then we sometimes feel like we're owed something, and it's annoying because it's like even sometimes I try to catch myself too. I'm like, hold up, I'm acting like a nigga.
You know what's funny? I have that same sentiment when thinking about you sometimes.
Yeah. I have that same shit with Echo Ninja, even though he tried to deny it, he ain't acting like a nigga. Acting like a nigga. He nigga shit.
Why does that sound like a TBS sitcom? Next episode on acting like a nigga.
that was probably a Dave Chappelle skit that never made it to the air.
Probably.
Fact. He said it's either acting like a nigga or the niggas. He's like, I'll take the nigga family.
I just don't think that us as black people sometimes really just like we gotta be about shit. And I don't understand some of these motherfuckers are out there doing this shit. I don't what is the purpose of that? Is it just because you're fucking bored you ain't got nobody? Huh?
It seems like it's a game to them, like let's see if we can get away with it. But it's like you're endangering someone's life.
But it's that same game. It's that same game that bugged me out. It's the same game that it was being played. I don't know if you remember this. And it was only for me. When I saw it, it was only happening to older people, right?
You talking about the knockout game?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was young black people doing this shit. So I'm like, do they have a game every fucking year or every I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's stupid shit that gets passed around and motherfuckers end up.
Yo, let's play a game. Let's go play knockout. Knock these niggas out in the back of the head. Where I saw a dude get knocked out, he fell forward. Boom.
Yeah.
I believe he died.
Yeah, of course. Because it's just terrible that motherfuckers just think this is like the way to handle anything. Like it's stupid, it's barbaric, and what are you really solving? You're nothing. And they're not even doing it. Keeping it real. If they catch these motherfuckers, put them up on charges. Like they will go to jail.
And what made it bad, they weren't even just doing it to white people or Spanish people or Asian people. They were doing it to everybody. They did it to older black men. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
All I gotta say is they're gonna find the wrong one or the right one, and old boy's gonna be like the bus driver. He's like, you going to jail now, and then he's gonna be like, I wasn't ready for this, and then he's gonna block him.
I don't know what's going on.
You gotta get him with the
our
A piece.
youth.
He's gonna get him with the A piece, no biscuit.
I don't know what's going on with our youth. Why are they doing this shit?
Because they got no direction. They got no fucking direction, and that's the sad part. There are no more leaders. There are no more mentors. And then sometimes the mentor is the dude on the corner. But if he's not about shit, then guess what? They ain't gonna be about shit either.
Oh, you mean today? I ain't shit neither.
Yeah.
Oh, you stupid. You just hit me with a fucking juice slide.
But if you pay attention to Bishop, what he said, he said, I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. And as soon as I think you ain't shit,
so be
it.
Yeah. So it's like,
boom.
Why not destroy the whole shit if I'm not gonna be part of it?
Right.
But that's the problem as well. It's like I watched this. We talked about it before the show. I watched this movie called Gook, which of course, if you know that's a racial epithet toward any type of Asian person. And it was a movie starring David So, who's a comedian. He's a big online presence, funny dude, businessman, and him and this other gentleman whose name I can't recall, I apologize, made a great movie, and it was basically black and white. It was about racial tensions during the riot, the 90s, 92 riot with Rodney King beating, after the Rodney King beating, and all the everybody's racial turmoil was on a high. And basically it was about two brothers that had a fucking shoe shop, like a sneaker store, but it was mostly for women. And they had this little black girl that would sometimes come around. And at first I was wondering where she fit in to the whole like dynamic. Like, why is she hanging out with these random two Asian dudes? Come to find out, her mother used to date their father, and a situation happened, and they both got killed. Spoiler, boom, accident. So basically, the girl's brother doesn't like her going and hanging out over there because he's so hurt that his mother died because she was with this guy, and if she wasn't with this guy, his mother would be alive. And he's like, those people don't care about us. They weren't there when they didn't come see us when mom died and none of that. And it's like, because everybody belongs to a specific community, and sometimes shit happens in that community, and instead of growing and finding new ways to bridge our communities, we're stuck in the past of like old vices and old wounds. It's like the Hatfields and McCoy. We'll never fucking learn our lesson. We're always going to be enemies. And it's like, why do we have to be enemies? We don't have to be enemies. And it was great in that movie seeing the love between two people, as far as like, well, three people, like family beyond that of blood. And that was beautiful to me. And I was like, and then when you watch the rest of the movie, I'm not gonna spoil it, you just see how it could go all wrong. You're like, shit, it was so great when it was great, and then when it got bad, it was like, but why? And if it does get bad, what can we do to make it better? Because it sure as shit ain't knocking people out in the street. Like, why are you doing that? Like, back in the day, if an old lady she dropped her groceries, you help pick up the groceries, and you get to that lady where she needed to be. If it puts you a little out of your way, so be it. Where was it in the messaging growing up that you needed to knock out an old person? Like, come on, that's stupid.
Ridiculous, crazy.
It's dumb.
Right.
Anyway,
on a better note.
Yeah, let's move
Snyder
on.
Cut is tomorrow. Well, for those who are watching this, it's probably already out. But Snyder Cut is tomorrow. So what y'all think?
There's gonna be some DC goodness. It's gonna be some shit that honestly, I got a feeling that once this comes out, and from what I hear from some people who are movie critics, they saw it already. From what I understand, Zack Snyder is gonna be doing Justice League 2 and 3.
I don't know. I mean,
That's what's going on, from what I understand.
Listen, I'm currently going into it thinking that it's going to be a garbage fire.
Yeah, I can't
DC
wait to watch.
You don't get to talk.
I can't wait to watch the.
I'm gonna give it a chance, but still.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to watch.
I'm going into it knowing that DC movies are garbage fires.
I tried to catch up and watch.
Not all of them.
BVS, and I'm like on hour 2, and I'm on hour 1, and I'm like, this could have been done so much better. Like, why is this?
What's going on, everyone? Man has no nickname here to tell you about chairsforgaming.com, your number one source for not just the most comfortable gaming chairs from popular brands, but also gaming desk, footrests, and all kinds of other accessories. Don't forget to use our promo code TrueStoryBro when you make your purchase and get 10% off at chairsforgaming.com. That's chairs, the number 4, gaming.com.
It didn't need to be done. Batman versus Superman happened after the Justice League already disbanded.
I don't know.
That's what it was.
If they need to put Batman in a movie, they could have did World's Finest.
They could have, but I'm hoping.
And then you would have had to get a little fight in there. Like, what?
I'm hoping that this Justice League, the snoozer cut, is good because because
you don't know if it's snoozer cut yet.
No, the snoozer cut. Like, I'm gonna fall asleep because of how that is. Hopefully, I don't, because it's 4 hours. We're possibly gonna definitely do a watch party. The gang's gonna get together, and we're gonna discuss what we liked, what we didn't like, and if it's truly a problem with the storyteller or a problem with studio interference. We're gonna find that out once and for all.
Listen, yeah. I know the other day, I don't know if y'all saw, but I had went on. I was scrolling through Instagram, and the BVS page had put up that they're re-releasing BVS in a larger format instead of like widescreen. And I was like, so garbage but larger. I commented on the video, so garbage but larger.
Facts.
Basically. I mean, listen.
I didn't even see that scene that they were even showing in there. I think that was like a Snyder cut scene or some shit.
Yeah, listen.
But I'll say this. Fighting like those fucking things, and I was like, "What the?"
I blame one person for BVS sucking,
and his name
is Zack
John Peter.
Hate
him. Anyway, Black Caesar, what you think?
Well, I'll say this: it has potential. I mean, I'll go in there with I'll take it with a grain of salt. It definitely looks like it's been heavily improved.
Bring some pepper, some oregano.
Shit. Well, listen, man, that needed to be in the pot for a long minute. So
it was. It really was. So I'm going in there with an open mind. Hopefully it's gonna be great. You know, the last time I sat for a long ass fucking movie was Lord of the Rings 2 Towers in theaters, and I fucking almost pissed myself. But you know, it is what it is.
Right. I mean, the only thing that's probably maybe a little, overkill is the time. I mean, 4 hours, it's a bit extreme. Just a bit. I mean, I'm sure there's much to tell in these chapters, but I think that would probably be that's my gripe for now until I actually see it. That's
it's actually broken up into chapters, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I hope so. Otherwise, we're fucked.
The one thing I'll say about the Justice League movie is
repeat this, please.
As long as they fix Flash's running, I'm okay.
Yeah, I was about to say,
running. He's running like Steven Seagal.
No, he doesn't. Worse.
Yes. I mean, really? Does he have to be like
justice?
Does he have to be the fastest man alive with a limp? What the fuck's going on?
Yo, so I slowed down. I watched the Justice League movie, the one that's already out there. I watched it, and I watched the Flash run, and like his legs go inside. It's like crooked. And I even saw in one of the scenes, it looks like he's tripping over himself.
Yeah, just
not like on purpose, but like how the dude's running. I'm like, are you tripping over yourself? I really paused it. I was like, why is your feet that way?
Like he can't control his running, so he
don't know how to run.
Tripping ultra fast.
But do you want to fight?
You stupid. Ezra Miller choking.
Yo, that shit was. Do you want to fight? Well, you want to fight? I was like, nigga, what is he doing?
Shit, I'm not gonna lie though. That scene where Superman shows up and Flash is running, and they catch eye contact with each other. Mm-hmm. That was probably like one of the dopest scenes of that film.
You mean when
that nigga pissed his pants because he was like, that nigga sees me.
He was like,
he turned around
because they caught eye contact and just followed each other. He's like, wait a minute, he sees me?
Yo, it's faster than his legs.
I was about to say, man, that's meme candy right there. Like that look on your face when you know you fucked up.
Yeah, because he said, because he was holding Diana and
Cyborg and Aquaman, like,
and he turned around like,
I see.
He was like, oh, I see. He was like, oh, he's fast. I see him though. Slow down time.
It's like, I see you, bitch.
The way he fucking ducked under that punch, he was like, nah, son. He fell. He was like, I'd rather take the hit from this wall than that nigga.
That's the thing too. It's like they kind of like, I get Flash as the youngest one, but they made him be technically Victor's the youngest one.
Yeah, well, supposed to be.
Supposed to be. He's a high school student. Or no, he's college, right?
Yeah, in this version he's college. Yeah.
So, and Ezra Miller is old. The Flash is supposed to be older than him, but he acts the youngest. It's so weird. He
needs friends.
The one thing about the Flash is like, I don't know, does he? I don't think he punches anybody. It don't look like he punches them. He looks like he just runs through everybody.
Yeah, that's something he's got to work on. Eventually incorporate.
Yeah, I need to see him fight because the Flash does fight and punch.
Correct, yes, but a seasoned Flash, not this dude. He's more of a I need to run.
We might see that in this cut. Did you see the Flash's suit for the cut?
No,
the futuristic one, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, that shit is godly.
Word, Mad Max Flash, love that.
So I watched was it the Death of Superman, the newest version of it,
the animated one?
How many times are they going to do this fucking thing?
That was actually good. I enjoyed it.
It was good. It was because it was based off the new 52 version of the characters,
with little 90s flavor.
The animated new 52, basically.
Yeah.
And like watching the Flash, because the Hawkman got knocked out, and Flash took Hawkman's was it mace, and he was fucking Doomsday up. He was like bang 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 bang, and Flash was just hitting him. Oh, you hear? I was like, yo, the Flash is a G. He just hitting Doomsday all around. Doomsday's like this. I gotta cover up.
Hey man, he had a Thor moment.
And then in the new 52 version, Doomsday is Kryptonian. In some
he was made on Krypton. So
but this was like ages ago.
So what they did was like he's Krypton. So he kind of did what Superman did in the Justice League movie, where he looked and saw the Flash running and he hit him. Yeah. So that
nigga should be dead.
My legal rights.
The thing that kills me is that they kept buffing up Doomsday. First, in the original comic, he did not have a heat vision. Now he has a heat vision.
Thank you, Zack Snyder.
And then he grew blades. He never grew. I mean, he grew blades when he comes back to life. His blades. Now he grows them every time he takes enough damage.
You know what was?
Why does he power up? You don't get the one up in a comic? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I guess it was a time for upgrades. I mean, everybody's getting that power boost. So, I mean, we're even finding out, like, remember when Superman got, like, an extra ability that nobody knew about in the new 52? Remember?
Oh, the solar flare thing?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So everybody gets that boost.
Yeah. Batman never got that. Yes, he did.
Oh.
Take that back.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Actually, no. Yeah. You know, he had the power for a minute.
He had the power of not dying, then dying, and then coming back.
Yeah, that's basically
he finally killed the Joker, died and came back, and the Joker came back too. I was like, why'd they come back? Lazarus Pit. Word.
For the win.
For the win. Because they died right there. I was like, oh shit, they both died. It was Batman Eternal.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, something like that.
You're a Batman Eternal.
They both died, and then
yeah. You know what was the most accurate depiction of live action Doomsday? In Krypton.
You know what? That show, that show needed one more season.
I know. You know what I mean? What a jip.
Indeed. Because normally the sci-fi curse is 5 seasons, and then guess what? It's over. That nigga didn't even see. Nah.
I got a feeling they're gonna be doing Doomsday and Lois and Superman and Lois.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I got a feeling they're gonna because so far this show is awesome, and whoever is filming it, however they film it,
they shoot it like a movie. All the other shows need to do that now.
Yeah, they have to do it like that because it doesn't seem like a show. It seems like a movie.
Right.
They have to do that. If they took that same shit and used it for the rest of their shows, like Flash or Supergirl, which is canceled now. Yeah, please do that.
But it's ending. It's ending. Even though it's canceled.
They already did the Kryptonian invasion, right? They did that. They did Mon-El. They did that. They did
so did she. Got it.
Oh, shit.
They did the what's the team in the future?
Legion of Superheroes?
They did that because that's why Mon-El left. One of the reasons.
Makes sense.
They introduced Superman, Ms. Martian, John Jones.
That pretty much did everything. I mean, what they're shooting it like, they're shooting it kind of like how Stargirl was doing it, like like you said, like a movie, or even the first season of Arrow, which looked like a movie.
Yeah,
and then they got money, and then it just went downhill. I'm like, why the fuck?
You think they'll shoot it? Do you think they'll shoot season 3 of Titans this way now?
We gonna see. I mean, it depends on how well this Snyder Cut goes. I mean, then people will have a reason to give a shit about DCEU again and see that, you know what? Maybe it was the studio interference. Maybe next time we should tell those niggas to go stuff themselves in a laundry basket full of fucking woes.
Oh,
real.
Let's hope some of these comic book writers that are still in part of the DC movie thing are actually doing justice.
Literally. Yeah. I mean, shit. It sounds like it, as usual. It all depends on Flash.
The problem is like they again. DC needs a Kevin Feige.
Desperately, they needed one for years.
They need a Kevin Feige, and the problem is that they did have one, but they got rid of him, and now he's the PAG of the. He's a producer. Jeff Johns, he's a producer. He used to be the Kevin Feige of DC movies, but
things fell apart.
And I'm like, what? And my thing is just like, why wouldn't you have a person like Jeff Johns to do it, or or Jim Lee? I mean,
Jim Lee is just an artist.
Also, too, he doesn't work for DC no more.
He never did. It was always
he did. Guy. Yes, he did. He did
at one point, but he was always the image guy. He left DC a long time ago.
Not a long time. I'm talking about like recent, dude. He was the main dude for most of the comics recently. In the last couple of years, he was the main dude. New 52, that's all him. And then he recently left. Like,
I mean, he was the chief creative officer of DC.
Yeah. Yeah, he recently left.
Thank you, Caesar.
My pleasure. I love my boy. Jim Lee's my dude.
Yeah, he recently left. So I'm just like, if he recently left, and last year they were talking about was it the DC showcase? They were talking about all this stuff, and he was there talking all this stuff, and he left. That's a problem.
Well, can't get rid of your golden goose, man. Doesn't end well.
And now who's left? Jeff Johns?
Possibly.
Yeah, he might be the last one.
He may be the last one. I mean, they got was it Scott Snyder? He's not right. Like Scott Snyder and Brian Michael Bendis, I would say they're the last ones that are doing comics.
Okay, I'll read anything that Bendis does because Bendis can turn a story and flip
I wish
it.
he was writing. I wish he was writing the Superman movies. I wish he was. I wish he was writing Superman movies.
I love Bendis, but to give him a Superman movie, he would change it to his Bendis way, and people wouldn't enjoy it.
What about Snyder? What about Scott Snyder? Scott Snyder could do justice to a Justice League movie. He's written Justice League
movie.
I like it. He's written the comic books
×2.
He's written the comic books, so I mean, like,
yeah, but comic book versus a different medium like movie. Like instead of these small panels, you got to fill it up with minutes that can last at least an hour.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean they can't write for the movie. They know these characters inside and out. I'd rather have somebody that knows these characters than have somebody that doesn't know these characters and just wants to make a movie. That doesn't sell.
True, but you also have to make it where it's approachable to the regular consumer and not just a comic book fan.
Well, you think people who write these comic books won't do that?
To a degree, yes, and a degree now. They have to change a little bit. They have to change it a little bit in order to make it palatable for the audience. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I mean, if anything, the closest they'll probably get to that field is like being a consultant. I mean, that's their work. So naturally, they want to, offer a few pointers. I mean, look, example, Mark Miller, right? He's been like an executive producer on all of them. And obviously he does substantial work. It's great. All his shit is like off the chain. It's wonderful.
Except Kick-Ass 2.
Okay, that's one exception. That was awful. That did not kick ass. That didn't even kick.
You can't always get them right. You can't always get them
saying nothing.
Yeah, I mean, was ass. TS2 was ass.
I ain't saying nothing.
Damn right. For once.
So I mean, anticipation for
you about to say BBS?
I'm kidding. For BBS.
Yeah. So
out the fucking window.
Get rid of the V. It's just BS.
Yes.
He won.
Yeah.
Thank you.
True words have never been spoken.
Thank you.
So we anticipating some good shit or bad shit?
I'm hoping for it to be good. I'm praying for it to be good.
I'm gonna say half and half. I mean, I want to think that maybe we might get more good than bad. Possibly.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so.
Same.
We definitely go and see come time.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, really, this was just like a fan's request, because after this, I mean, it's gonna be a whole new like ballpark, because obviously this doesn't count like it's canon. It's not canon.
What, the Snyder cut?
Yeah, not canon, right?
Yeah.
I think it's canon, bro.
Really? Yeah, so much for that.
It has to be at this point.
It has to be at this point.
Definitely. All this work they put into this.
It was too much of a fan outcry not for it to not be canon.
All I gotta say is, if this is just the giant what if comic, then we've wasted everybody's fucking time.
Dude, yeah. I thought that's what it was from the start, right from that goddamn nightmare sequence.
Ooh, good point.
Know what I mean?
Ooh.
Well,
just saying, man.
We shall see.
But it didn't happen because
Saturday we shall see.
Yeah,
indeed, we will.
Yeah, Saturday we shall see. But even before that, we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Friday.
Giddy as fuck about that.
I'm whatever.
I'll watch it. First review. I'm sad.
Oh, you are? You got work that day?
Yeah, because they're trying to do it at 9, I think, or something like that. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just catch it on the back end. Yeah.
I work at 9, so.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Oh, same. And then, just a new world without Captain America, and just somebody else wielding the shield. It's, that's phenomenal. Obviously, that's out of all the Disney plus Marvel shows, I think I was soup for that the most. Can't lie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see U.S. Agent.
Yeah, right. The unsung Captain America, or should I say the unstable Captain America?
Captain America,
Yeah.
The ones who's
the right guy though.
Yeah. West Coast Avengers.
Isn't that Kurt Russell's son? Like
That's him.
And
he was in Goon too.
Yeah.
And he played like a unstable hockey player, and he did it so well. I'm like, oh yeah, if he's U.S. agent, yeah, he could sell it. He's good like that.
Also, we get to see in the actual Baron Zemo become Baron Zemo.
Oh yeah, no, the mask is legit. That's off the chair. Yeah. Shit. I mean, that might lead for something else bigger. I mean, have they not been teasing the Thunderbolts? And
so the Thunderbolts are happening. Yeah. This is like one of the, I would say, precursors for it, because you'll have U.S. Agent, right?
Right.
You'll have Zemo.
Correct.
They're doing a Red Hulk.
Eventually.
And they're doing She-Hulk. That's already confirmed. They're
doing
Yeah.
Ross is one of the. Ross is going to be one of them, a bad guy in a lot of these shows and movies.
Oh, he's always been the bad guy.
Government, like even in this show, I believe he's going to be one of the bad guys because he doesn't accept a black person as Captain America.
Well, apparently he doesn't accept green people either. So must be something. He must be colored. He must be very hateful.
Yeah. You like that? You see that hard on he had? Do you know where the Hulk is?
Yeah, right.
I was like,
where is he? That green motherfucker. Where is he?
Like, do you know what a Hulk is? Don't say war. Do you know what the Hulk is? Calm your ass down. Like,
it's like exactly. It's like
damn, do you just want to dissect him and take his blood and then use it for yourself? Obviously you do.
That's exactly what it is.
Selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You bastard.
So I mean, Ross is going to be playing a major. He's going to be playing a lot of major roles. Because in some way, he kind of takes it upon himself to be in some, because Cap's dead. So in some regard, Cap's dead. Well, they don't know because they don't know Cap came back as an old man. So
nobody.
So he's sort of like the new Captain America Ross, you know what I mean? He's like the you know what I mean, the head.
He's like, I will be the super soldier. I always wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Until he starts taking it into his own hands, and then he becomes the Red Hulk.
That's all it is. He's the anti-Captain America, and unfortunately, he's also the anti-Hulk. It's really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wants to run shit. You know, he want to do that shit. You know, Nick Fury style. Just just not from above. You know, just on the government platform, another government platform.
Yeah, and he's gonna wind up doing it. And
he will.
I can't wait to see what the future holds for their shows and their movies, because
dude,
the fact that they're now making the shows canon is probably like the best thing. Like they're not really saying anything, but of course, we already know what's going on. So
we know.
I'm happy they're keeping everything hush hush,
like they do,
and I'm okay with us theorizing about next episodes or how we think about it, but we can't be upset if it doesn't meet those things that we've put in our heads or what we thought. I just don't want it to come to that.
No, I mean, it's just part of the fun with the guessing game, but we are in the writer's room, so we can't get mad that it's not what we predicted, because like I said earlier, we're not soothsayers. If we did, none of us would be in our current predicament. We would be making lots and lots of money. But yeah, it's all about the journey and getting there. So we're going to see where it's going to get us. I'm just really excited for these sponsors that this motherfucker keeps leaving out right now. That's what I'm excited for. But he's going to put them in this time.
This promo is brought to you by Wild Bill Soda. Soda with a purpose, operated by military vets. It's perfect for vegans, made with pure sugar cane, no high fructose corn syrup here. Great assortment of flavors. They also make hot sauces and barbecue sauces. Insulated cups to keep your beverages nice and warm or nice and cold. Your choice. Feel free to go on to drinkwildbills.com. Enter our promo code TrueStoryBro from the True Story Bro podcast and drink up It's delicious. Remember, Wild Bill Soda. No bull, just bills. It's your boy, Sir Wednesday, True Storyboard Podcast. Blah!
And we're back.
Good
Damn right. Delicious.
So before we move on, since we're talking about superheroes and whatnot,
We were.
what did I watch last night that we saw in the movie theaters together?
Team America, World Police.
Oh no, Chronicle.
Oh, that was a great movie.
I like that.
And I'm like, damn, like I
Good.
just, because it was like I was watching some DC movie. I was watching Harley Quinn show again because I'm waiting for season 3 to come back.
That was a good show.
Please come back, season 3. Anyway, I was like, let me watch Chronicle. I haven't seen this movie in a minute. It came out in 2012, and I'm like, yo, Michael B. Jordan is so young in that movie.
He is.
Yes, I know.
Damn.
Hell, he's even younger in The Wire, which is really fucking.
Yo, yeah.
I was just about to say that.
This dude had braids. The fuck?
Yo, he was in his role in that movie in Chronicle. I was like, yo, he was a good dude. Like he was a type person. He really was a good dude in that that movie.
Yeah. And being a popular dude, where normally the popular dude is the asshole and he's trying to bad, but in this one he was good. It was just that this dude's father spinning around in his head that he was using him and making fun of him.
Yeah, this dude, Michael B. Jordan's character, Steven, he was genuinely a good dude. Like he really liked Andrew and he really respected him, and he really wanted to looked out for him, and he really was like, I'm your friend. Like, and that whole argument when they up in the sky, and he was like, what are you talking about? I hang with you guys. I hang with you like every day. What are you talking about? I'm not your friend. I hang with you every day. I don't hang out with nobody else but you and Matt.
And because he didn't have a friend like that, he didn't get that. He was like, if it wasn't for this thing, we wouldn't even talk to me. But you got to realize, as a friend, when you make friends, there's usually something that brings you together. If you remove that thing, then it's like, how are we ever friends? Like with me and you, I had a searing and immense hate for your ass at the video game club, and I said, I hate this motherfucker, and you became one of my best friends in the whole wide world. Now remove video games, we probably would have saw each other in school, and I probably would have assaulted you.
You probably wouldn't have been thrown off the second floor.
That's right. And I would have grabbed you and we would have fell to our doom, but together as enemies, not as friends. But you see, like his logic add up. He was just mad. He was like, you wouldn't be hanging out with me. Like, but we fell in a hole together. That usually bonds motherfuckers.
Well, here's the thing too. Even before the hole, I'll say this before the hole. What happened to Andrew? He got liquor thrown at him by some bully, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, because he was recording, right? And one of this macho dude, you looking at my girl? He's like, no, I'm not looking at your girlfriend. I'm just recording. And he threw liquor at him, and he was outside crying, right? He was outside crying, and Steven came and found him, and even was just like, hey, I'm Steven. Put his hand out to shake his hand. And he didn't even shake his hand because he was thinking that it's a joke and somebody. Yeah, it's a joke, right? And then like even the fact that he followed him, right? Like it was almost in a comfortable way a little bit. He was getting comfortable, and when they got the powers, there's a gap, but we don't know. We don't know because it's like we don't know how they came out of it. We don't know how long they were literally staying with each other, right? To work, like to learn about their powers. We don't, because a lot of times you saw them sleeping, somewhat sleeping in the same place. It's only when they were they started breaking off and staying at their own place. But they were literally together every day.
Yeah, because they shared this crazy experience that they had to try to explain, but they couldn't explain, and all these crazy happenings were happening as a result. So it's
And
like,
one
yo,
of
I
the guys
learned
is
this.
your cousin, your
Exactly.
family.
Exactly. So it's like, I learned this and I learned this, and it's like, yo, did you know that you couldn't do this? And it's like, you're constantly trying to feed each other information because no one else is going to understand what you're going through in this.
It's like he's your family, like you know.
And he bought him that camera after
And he bought the camera, right?
Yep.
Like he bought the camera. Like what kills me the most is that I'm kind of not mad, but I'm a little upset with Matt as well, because if that's your cousin, then you should be like, I'm not saying he didn't look out for him, but you know, it seemed like Steve kind of was the one who was like
looking out for him more,
looking out for him a little bit more than Matt was. And I'm like, if that's your cousin and you know about, you know, his father and his mom.
But does he though?
That's your cousin, bro.
No, but still, does he? You know how sometimes family put on the.
I get it, but
spackle.
that's your cousin.
Yeah, but you acting like he was at his house like every day before that. He wasn't. He picked him up from home.
Right. He
never went inside.
That's where I have a problem with it, because it's like, if that's your cousin, and granted, his cousin's mom, like, he's his cousin. Your aunt is dying. You don't know, the whole family don't know that your aunt, like, she's dying?
Yo, people keep secrets, especially when people are sick. Like, sometimes people will say, oh yeah, you know, so-and-so died. And you're like, I didn't know he was sick. Motherfuckers don't advertise unless shit is like manageable sometimes.
I just think there was a gap that wasn't really like, there was a lot of avoidance, I think. Like,
but he also said it, like, when they were younger, they were tighter. But of course, when you get older, you branch apart, especially middle school.
That's the part that fucks me up, because it's like, you're older, and that's your cousin. And like, you should go over to the house and see what's going on, and see what's going on, like, whatever the case may be, because you know he's going through a hard time, but he didn't do any of that.
Does he? But did he know?
The only time he went in the house is when after he killed Steven. Spoiler alert. After he killed Steven, and then he was like, what, you know, went into the house, is like, why'd you do that? I heard what happened at school. Why'd you yank this person's teeth out? Like, that was the only time I seen him go inside the house.
Correct, because his cousin wouldn't let him see. That's why also when he left, he was happy when he was with them, because he didn't have to be at home, because his dad was. And pretty much probably the only person that protected him from his dad was his mom. And now that she was sick, he was powerless to do anything but receive all the hate.
Yep.
And you think he was telling his cousin to come on in? He wasn't. He was like, you could drop me right here. That's it. Mm-hmm. His cousin knew what he allowed him to see.
Yeah.
Not like he said, help me. Because usually a lot of times when people are suffering, they feel like it's a burden to include anyone else and tell them what's going on. And you could be their best fucking friend and not understand that, yo, they're going through the most right now. And they feel like I should be able to take it because it's my stuff. But at the same time, you're only one person. It's like picking up something really heavy. It's much better when you have help. Granted, you have to work like you don't have help, but when you do have help, you really appreciate it. And in that instance, he only did what he could. They grew apart. They came together. Because old boy had a car, he had a video camera. Granted, old boy, I understand what you're saying, that he should have been looking out for him more, but he was coming into new things like they all were. He was like, oh, I got a hot girl that actually wants to be with me. And before, he was just some dude in the cut. And even Andrew was going through some stuff. He did the talent show. He even got some cred boost.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Lastly, I remember you had told me, man, when he had killed him, he's like, yo, if I got powers, would you try to take me out? I said, nigga, you wouldn't even last a minute. I would killed you in a second. And not on some vengeance shit, but because I love you so much that I know that if you fucking went haywire, I have no choice but to kill you. But with love.
Yeah, I'm actually about to watch that movie now. I want to watch it. I haven't seen that in a minute.
Yo, when I saw it, it was one of the best movies I've seen in 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching the fighting, watching the powers and everything, I was like, oh, I like this is like, because I remember like, damn, they need to make another Superman movie. Lo and behold. The one thing too was what I liked was the fact they gave me, it was on some Akira type shit a little bit.
That's basically what it was.
It was, yeah. That was inspiration for it.
And I love his speech. He was like all about the apex predators, just like that. He's like, you know, the lion doesn't apologize for being a lion. It's like, I think that means something. Crushed the car. I was like, yo. And I remember the trailer for that. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, that was the trailer, just him talking like that and just crushing the car. And it said Chronicle. I was like, that was like beautiful.
Very well said. All right. With that being said,
I think we have one more thing to talk about. Was it?
Did we?
Now we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, we'll save that for another day. Mm-hmm. All right, man. It's been another exciting episode of True Story Bro. I'd like to thank the fellas for coming out here, representing our crew all the time. We do good work and we do them for you, the fans that we enjoy. So if you feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment, do that for the boys. We do it for you. We appreciate everything you do. Don't forget to catch us on these platforms. Yeah. Feel free to contact us on our telephone number, which is 973-370-3115. Roundhouse, what's the number?
Fuck if I know.
You never listened to me, you asshole.
Oh, shit.
Once again, the number is 973-370-3115. Feel free to leave us a line, drop us a message, a text. Challenge Roundhouse to a duel on Fighting Game Fridays. Catch him on his stream at here Roundhouse 84 on Twitch TV.
I want to say, by the way, just want to say thank you to everyone who's been following me. Thank you everyone who has come through on the stream. I became affiliate with Twitch.
He's an affiliate.
Girl.
I clap, but I drop my phone.
Yeah.
But you know I love you.
Just not a couple times. Just do that like Eugenie. There you go. So I'm affiliate now. You know, so now I work on my subscriptions and advertisement and stuff like that. And we're gonna be doing some merch. So
we lost someone.
We lost.
He had to go.
So when we gonna get it? Oh yeah, and also check out the boys on Boys at Ringside. We're gonna give you another thrilling episode of the wrestling world and how they see themselves in it. And check out our boy Echo Ninja on Saturday Night Nightmares.
Yeah, check me out.
And all the other True Bro content that we provide to you. Wonderful people. Good night.
I'm the nigga that's kicking and bitching.
That nigga's hilarious.
He's gonna have fun editing this later.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know what the best part about this episode? I did not have to hear that terrible "Where are the geeks that count?" Oh my god, I hate that shit. I want to fucking kill that like a dog in fucking
We're still recording.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I said it.
Okay.
Love you, nigga. Kill that shit. Peace.